Today is St. Patrick's Day, 2021, the day of the Irish. Today is the day of luck, right? Finding a leprechaun with a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. I truly feel lucky. Don't you? Being a part of this creation, having a body, being able to walk around and touch and feel things with our bodies. I can literally, right now, walk up to a glass of orange juice, pick it up with my hand, and drink it. And I'm not joking. You could do it too. If you've had a hard life, then my heart truly goes out to you. But no matter who you are, you need to understand that you are awesome. Truly. You are awesome. We are all on a planet in orbit around a star. We collectively are all a part of something big. How many brain cells do you think make up one ant brain? Picture in your mind what you think an ant brain would look like, how big it would be, and just generally what it would look like, an ant brain. Now, how many brain cells do you think make up one ant brain? How many cells do you think that is? 250,000. One ant brain is made of 250,000 cells. But no big deal. It's just an ant brain. How many cells are you made of? The average adult human is made of around 37 trillion cells. 37 trillion. But no big deal. It's just you. No big deal. Did you know that birds sing distinct songs? Out of the roughly 9,000 species of birds, around 4,000 species are songbirds, meaning they sing songs. The European blackbird, for instance, can sing up to 48 distinct songs. 48. The mockingbird can sing up to 150 songs. And the nightingale up to 300. And these songs that the songbirds sing are actual songs, and they remember them. They have a repertoire of songs that they sing. Some bird species sing duets, where two birds get together and they sing the same song together. That requires both of the birds to have knowledge of the same song, and they literally get together and they sing the song together. The birds sing duets. It's amazing. And some bird species get together and sing duets and practice what's called antiphonal singing, where both the birds are singing the same song, but they're alternating notes. So the first bird sings the first note, and then the second bird sings the second note. And then it goes back to the first bird to sing the third note, and then back to the second bird to sing the fourth, and so on. It's amazing. It's called antiphonal singing, and some bird species practice this. And some bird species sing quartets. That's where four birds get together and they each sing the same song together. They literally sing a quartet. Now, remember that each of those four birds used to be egg yolk. So there were 4 egg yolks. Picture in your mind what egg yolk looks like. Out there somewhere in nature, there are 4 egg yolks right now that are each going to grow into a bird, and then they will all get together and sing the same song together. They will literally sing a quartet. It is truly amazing. Train your brain so that every time you see a bird, you remember that it used to be egg yolk. But what about you? What did you grow from? You started out as one cell that was so small that it could not be seen without a microscope. That cell, called a zygote, was formed when 23 bundles of DNA, called chromosomes, from your father joined 23 bundles of DNA from your mother, producing the 46 bundles of DNA that serve as the blueprint for how to build you. But no big deal, it's just you. Now think about this. You started out as one cell. Then that cell divided into 2. And at that point in time, you were 2 cells big. And then each of those 2 cells divided so that you were then 4 cells big. And then each of those 4 cells divided so that you were then 8 cells big. And then each of those 8 cells divided so that you were then 16 cells big, and so on. Now consider this. If each of those cells kept dividing yet remaining the same, then you would not have a human growing inside of the mother. Instead, you would have a blob of tissue growing because each of those cells would be the same. So what happens is a process called cellular differentiation. When you were about 8 cells big, what happened was those cells began to recognize their position relative to the other cells, and then with that knowledge, they began the long process of becoming specialized, meaning they become a specific type of cell for a specific part of the body. For instance, the cells at the bottom of the cluster of cells recognize that, hey, we are at the bottom, so we are not going to start the process of becoming a forehead or an eyeball. Instead, we are going to start the process of becoming feet. And as a foot begins to become more developed, each of those cells within the foot recognizes its position relative to the other cells within the foot. So the cells on the outside of the foot recognize that, hey, I'm on the outside of the foot, so I am going to become a skin cell wrapping around the foot. The cells in the center of the foot, some of them will recognize, hey, according to my position within the center of the foot, I'm going to become a bone cell giving support to the foot. Other cells inside of the foot, in the center of the foot, will recognize that, hey, I'm in the center of the foot, but I'm in a position where I'm not going to be a bone cell. Instead, I'm going to be a blood vessel cell helping transport blood to the foot. And others will recognize that they will become tendons, others muscles, and so on. It's amazing. Each cell recognizes its position relative to the other cells, and then it commits to becoming a specific type of cell as a part of a specific part of the body. It's amazing. This process is called cellular differentiation, and it's a good reason to believe in God. Life can truly seem boring sometimes. You know, we get caught up in school or work or home life or whatever. Life seems mundane much of the time. What I think that we need to do is truly pause, take a step back, and look at life from the bigger picture. And I believe if we started doing this, then life could start to seem exciting. Like the fact that we are on a planet in orbit right now. When you are outside and you see a mountain, remind yourself that you are not only looking at a mountain, you are looking at a planet that you are on. And that planet is in orbit around a star. It's amazing. And what is a star? A star is burning, but what does it burn off of? Is it burning off of wood or gas or oil? No. Does it burn off of coal? No. So how does it burn? At the core of the sun, which is our nearest star that we're orbiting, the core is made of it makes up about 20% of the mass of the sun. So 20% of the sun is its core, which the entire core is a bunch of hydrogen bombs. Hydrogen explosions, you know, like an atomic weapon, an atom bomb. Well, a hydrogen bomb is 1,000 times more powerful. It's the difference between fusion and fission. An atom bomb is when one atom is split into two. But fusion is when two atoms are fused into one. And it releases about 1,000 times more energy than fission when one atom is split into two. So 20% of the sun is nothing but a big ball of hydrogen bombs. Yet when we walk outside on a sunny day, the sun is at just the right distance where even though it is a big ball of hydrogen bombs, it's at just the right distance that the heat emanating from it warms our skin and it feels nice. And the light coming off of it is just right for little delicate plants to be able to grow. It's truly amazing if you think about it. And our sun, you know, it's only one star. And by the way, how big is it? Have you ever seen a size comparison picture of the sun compared to the earth? I'm not even going to try to describe it. It's amazing. If you've never seen a size comparison picture of the sun compared to the earth, you should. You should Google it right now because it is so big that you would never assume that it's that big. And that's only one star. How many stars are there? Well, first of all, what is a galaxy? A galaxy is a group of stars that are all orbiting the center of that galaxy. That's my crude definition. We are in the Milky Way galaxy. Our sun is only one star of our galaxy. How many stars are in the Milky Way galaxy? They don't know the exact number, but it's between 200 and 400 billion. There are between 200 and 400 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy, and our sun is only one of them. And if you look at a size comparison picture of the sun compared to the earth, it will blow your mind. Now, that is only one galaxy, having between 200 and 400 billion stars. How many galaxies are there? Well, they don't know, but I read this yesterday. Let's see, how do you word this? It's either hundreds of billions or it's up to 2 trillion is the current estimate. I read that yesterday. there are either hundreds of billions or up to 2 trillion galaxies. And each galaxy, on average, has hundreds of billions of stars. And if you look at how big stars are, it will blow your mind. It's truly amazing. So yes, life can be mundane and boring and very hard sometimes. But if we would simply think about things, think about life from the big picture, like these sort of things. And this is just a little bit of information. Once you start learning about biology, every single thing, when you learn about biology and astronomy, it's all unbelievable. You get used to like basically not even believing it because it's so fantastical. So yes, life can be boring, but if we would simply learn about what God has created and spend time thinking about that a little more, maybe life can start to seem exciting. We truly are lucky to be a part of this creation. And I think that we need to appreciate it a little more.